Joining us now is Bob Felder. He's the CEO of Renaissance Gold. Nice to see you, Bob.
Thanks, nice to be here.
So we're talking Nevada. We've talked to a lot of Nevada companies. And so you're a prospect generator. You use a joint venture model. You've got about 20 projects in various stages. So tell us about the model and tell us about the company.
The companies, we trade on the TSX like many of the juniors, the venture exchange. We've been around since 2010, and we were a spin out of a predecessor company called AUEX, who got involved in the Long Canyon discovery, made a lot of money for shareholders, and then in 2010 spun out Renaissance. So same board, pretty much the same technical team, a few changes. We run a portfolio of projects to leverage our risk, and having all eggs in one basket can be difficult. So we run a portfolio, we have joint venture partners that drill on our projects every year, and our aim is to make another discovery and do it the way we did it with AUEX.
Now you were saying off air, one of your more exciting deals is with AngloGold Ashanti. So can you update us on that?
Sure, it's an interesting one. It's the one deal we did that's not an earning agreement, not a joint venture. Anglo can earn 100% interest in the project by by paying us $3 million over 3 years. At that point, if they complete the option, we will retain a 1% NSR on a large area of interest of over 70 square kilometers. To date, Anglo has drilled 47 holes and over 19,000 meters. They're not releasing data, but all of the circumstantial evidence points to significant encouragement on their part. They're permitting for additional drilling and disturbance, and their permit that they've applied for is a large area of disturbance, so it indicates that they have large plans for the project. And the last payment due to us in June is $2.4 million US. So we feel pretty confident that we're going to get that payment and then retain the royalty on the project.
How are you financed otherwise? How are you sitting in those regards?
Our third quarter financials, about $3.5 million in treasury, and probably down from that now. It's been 3-4 months ago since that release. And we're expecting $2.4 million payment from Anglo, which, that's 3 million Canadian. So, mid-year we'll probably be at 45 million in treasury. So we're in good shape, not needing to go to market anytime soon, which allows us to explore aggressively. We continue to do generative work, generate new targets. We take what we've learned at Silicon, which was a conceptual blind target, and develop other targets that are similar, assuming that the market will be attracted to those, especially after Anglo starts talking about Silicon.
Right. Now we've talked to EMX Royalty, for example, and you've got the Francos of the world, Franco-Nevada, Sandstorm Gold. How is your model the same? How is it different from those kinds of companies, do you think?
It's different in that we rely on our science and expertise to generate new opportunities. The EMX guys do some of that, but now they basically sell their properties rather than enter into joint ventures. They used to do joint ventures, but I think now they're pretty much looking at all-out sales and retention of royalties. So we're a little bit different in that regard. We're more focused geographically in the Great Basin, whereas EMX is really global. But there's some overlap in what we do and what they do, but some differences as well. So we're still looking at retaining equity, because for shareholders and for value creation, if we have 30 or 40% equity in a successful discovery, it's a very, very big payday for shareholders. So that's what we're trying to do, and follow the model that we did before.
All right, shareholders like to hear that, and prospective shareholders. So lastly, Bob, what are some of the developments that we can look forward to in 2020 for Renaissance Gold, and how do you convince investors that they really need to look at your company seriously?
So developments, we're anxiously looking forward to the payment, which will be very good for us, and the royalty. I've already mentioned that. We've also got, other than Silicon, we have 5 other projects in active deals. We expect to see drilling on at least 3 of those this year. So again, we're continuing to drill targets with partner funding, and we're generating new projects, we're marketing, so we hope to bring in some new deals, and so that number hopefully this year will go up. But over time, exploration takes patience. It's hard to promise a result this year, next year, but we do the right things, we do it well, and we have a track record to stand by. So We're looking at repeating that, and we're still, whether or not we're fully valued, we're trading in the low 30s. I think the opportunity to create a lot more value is very, very real, which will probably start with the Anglo payment and the royalty.
Great stuff. Thanks, Bob.
Thank you.
Bob Felder, CEO of Renaissance Gold.